The South African political landscape has always been complex, filled with deep historical roots, fierce personalities, and ever-shifting alliances, but the recent announcement of a merger between Magashule's African Congress for Transformation Party and the Umkhonto we Sizwe Party, backed by former President Jacob Zuma, has taken this complexity to new heights. This development has ignited an enormous wave of debate, speculation, and curiosity throughout the country and beyond. It marks a bold and unexpected step at a time when many South Africans are questioning the future of their long-dominant ruling party, the African National Congress, and what these evolving coalitions could mean for the balance of power ahead of the 2025 national elections. The announcement caught many by surprise, not just because of the political histories of the individuals involved but also because of the calculated timing and the strategic ambitions that seem to underlie this significant alignment. In order to properly understand the gravity and implications of this merger, it is crucial to take a clear look back at the history of these figures, the challenges within the ANC, and the evolving political dynamics that have brought South Africa to this moment. Magashule, once one of the most powerful figures within the ANC, served as the Secretary-General of the party and held deep influence within its structures, particularly in the Free State Province, where he served as Premier for years. His tenure was marked by both loyalty to the ANC and persistent allegations of corruption, which ultimately culminated in his expulsion from the party in 2021 after he was formally charged with corruption, fraud, and money laundering linked to a 255 million asbestos tender scandal. After a long battle within the ANC and facing mounting legal troubles, Magashule launched his own political vehicle, the African Congress for Transformation, positioning it as a home for disillusioned ANC members and others dissatisfied with the leadership of Cyril Ramaphosa. On the other hand, Jacob Zuma, South Africa's president from 2009 to 2018, remains a highly polarizing figure. His presidency was characterized by widespread allegations of state capture, corruption, and deep factionalism within the ANC, ultimately leading to his resignation under pressure from the party itself. Despite these controversies, Zuma retains substantial support, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, where many still view him as a champion of Zulu pride and a defender of traditional values. His alignment with the MK party, which shares the same name as the historic armed wing of the ANC, gave him a new political platform to challenge his former party and galvanize discontented members, especially those unhappy with Ramaphosa's leadership. The merger between Magashule's ACT and Zuma's MK party is a coming together of two figures whose political careers have been deeply intertwined with the ANC, but who have since found themselves marginalized and sidelined. Both men have faced severe legal and ethical challenges, but they also command dedicated bases of supporters who feel betrayed or excluded by the modern ANC leadership. This alliance could potentially consolidate pockets of disaffected ANC supporters, especially in areas where dissatisfaction with Ramaphosa is high and where loyalty to Zuma or Magashule remains strong. However, many analysts and political commentators are cautious in their assessments. Some point out that both leaders bring considerable political baggage. The allegations of corruption, the legal proceedings still facing Magashule, and the long-standing accusations of state capture linked to Zuma, could limit their appeal beyond the immediate basis of support. There are also concerns about whether this alliance can effectively overcome the tribalistic and regional labels often attached to the MK party, which is seen by some as being narrowly focused on KwaZulu-Natal rather than having a broad national appeal. Nevertheless, the potential for this merger to reshape opposition politics cannot be ignored. For Magashule, this merger provides an opportunity to position himself as a central opposition figure on a national stage, rather than being confined to a small splinter party. His political experience, deep knowledge of ANC structures, and influence in the Free State and other provinces could complement Zuma's support in KwaZulu-Natal, creating a coalition that is more geographically and politically diverse than either party on its own. On social media, reactions have been split. Some South Africans see this as a desperate alliance between two embattled politicians seeking to reclaim relevance and power. They argue that this is simply an attempt by leaders tainted by corruption scandals to re-enter mainstream politics through alternative routes. Others, however, view it as a bold and strategic move that could give a voice to marginalized factions within the ANC and serve as a genuine alternative for those disillusioned by what they perceive as stagnation and elitism under Ramaphosa's leadership. In practical terms, the merger raises a series of questions about how this alliance will function operationally and ideologically. Both Magashule and Zuma are strong personalities, accustomed to leading rather than following, and questions about leadership hierarchies, candidate lists, and policy positions will need to be addressed swiftly to ensure coherence ahead of the 2025 general elections. The merger also complicates the ANC's campaign strategy. Historically, the ANC has faced opposition from external parties such as the Democratic Alliance, the Economic Freedom Fighters, and other smaller parties, but a challenge from within its own former senior ranks introduces a different kind of threat. Both Magashule and Zuma understand the ANC's weaknesses and its internal divisions intimately, which could make their campaign strategies more targeted and effective. Their combined efforts could split votes in key provinces, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, Free State, and parts of Gauteng, where factional battles have already weakened ANC support. It is also important to consider what this means for the broader South African electorate. Many voters, especially the youth and urban middle class, have expressed disillusionment with the ANC's unfulfilled promises, corruption scandals, and sluggish economic performance. However, whether these voters will be attracted to a political alternative led by Magashule and Zuma, both of whom carry heavy allegations of corruption, remains uncertain. For their alliance to succeed beyond their traditional support bases, they will need to articulate a clear policy platform that addresses the pressing socio-economic challenges facing South Africans today, such as unemployment, service delivery failures, crime, and inequality. Another factor to consider is how other opposition parties will react. Now, for you guys watching, what do you think about this merger? Do you see it as a serious challenge to the ANC, or is it just a desperate comeback attempt by two former leaders? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, so make sure to share your opinions. And if you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay updated on the latest political developments in South Africa, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.